Hello everyone, I'm Julie. Welcome to Sussex Physio Pilates online classes. I'll be running a beginner to intermediate Pilates class today, but please do always listen to your body throughout the class. If something doesn't feel right for you or you've been advised not to do that, please make sure that you listen to your body or your professional that's advised you that. So to start with, we're going to be in standing. Bring your feet together, then bring your heels out and then your toes out. So then your feet should be nicely hip width apart. Grounding down through all four corners of your feet, so base of big toe, base of your little toe and the two corners of your heels. And really root down through your feet. As you root down through your feet, find some length through your spine. Lifting up slightly through your kneecaps, so you're engaging through the thighs. And then just sending your tailbone a little bit long, lifting pubic bone slightly up towards your belly button. And then softening your rib cage down in towards your spine. And finding a nice width across your chest here. So just drawing your shoulder blades back slightly, but still keeping those ribs nice and soft. And then turning your palms forwards, just allowing your shoulders to open up a little bit more. And imagine someone's gently pulling your fingertips down towards the ground. Then finding a lovely bit of length at the back of your neck and just tucking your chin slightly. So you're really lengthening that spine and growing tall. We'll just take a couple of nice breaths in towards your belly. So taking a breath in, imagine there's a small balloon in your belly here and you're going to inflate that balloon and then deflate that balloon. Inhale and exhale. Just imagine with each breath out that you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Then on your next breath out, just slowly going to rock your weight forwards on your feet. And inhale, rocking your weight backwards. Keeping this lovely posture of your pelvis, so you're staying in a neutral position here. And you're just transferring your weight forward and backwards on your feet. If this feels quite easy for you, you can try doing exactly the same, but with your eyes closed. You'll feel it's quite a bit more harder. And feeling that stability through your core as you do this. And then come back to find that center point where you originally started. If your eyes are closed, just fluttering your eyes open and just scanning the body to see whether you've maintained that same position. Then we'll take a nice breath into your belly again. Now roll through your feet, coming all the way up onto your toes. Then we'll inhale slowly and controlled to lower. Exhale, rolling through the feet, coming all the way onto your toes. And inhale slowly to lower. It doesn't matter how high up you're going, just go with what you can control. If you feel as you raise up onto your toes that your ankles are flopping out and you're feeling really unstable, if you have a ball that you can put in between your ankles and squeeze, that will just help maintain that a little bit. If you don't have the ball available, just keep lifting a little bit lower so you can maintain that stability through your ankles. We exhale as we raise up, growing nice and tall. Inhale, slowly lowering down. Exhale, lifting up. And inhale, slowly lowering down. Just two more here. Inhale, controlling down. Last one. Slow and controlled down. We're going to come down into some squats now. If you have the ball, you can move that away. So we're going to inhale, reach your arms forwards, hinge at the hips, send your bottom backwards, and then exhale, we'll press all the way up into standing, really growing nice and tall. So inhale down, exhale, press, grow tall. Making sure that we're not allowing those knees to drop in towards each other. Keeping those knees in line with your second toe. And finding that length through your spine each time you stand back up. So we're always coming back into that initial position we found ourselves in. And moving all the time with your breath. And it doesn't matter if you're only squatting down a little bit or if you can go down quite far. Just do what feels comfortable for you. Just 3 more. Exhale, good. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Standing up nice and tall, come back to that original position. Find that length through your spine. Then bringing your arms in towards your side here. Keeping your elbows locked into your side and really finding that length through your spine. Take that nice breath into your belly. Then exhale, squeeze through the shoulder blades, open up your arms, keeping those elbows locked into your sides. Then inhale, coming back. Exhale, squeeze, open up through the chest. And inhale, coming back. Exhale, squeeze. Make sure you keep those ribs drawn in. Inhale, coming back. On this next one, we're going to exhale, squeeze. Keep those elbows drawn in towards your sides. Take a breath in. And then exhale, reach your arms out towards the sides, keeping your shoulders down. Exhale, turn the palms down. Then turn the palms up. And slowly squeeze those elbows back in towards your sides and back together. Good. Exhale, squeeze, open up through the shoulder blades. Good. Breath in. Breath out, reach. See how far you can reach, but keep those shoulders away from the ears. Turn the palms down, turn the palms back up, and squeeze those elbows back into your sides and back together. We'll just do one more like this. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to hold. Exhale, reach. Draw those ribs in, shoulders away from the ears. Turn the palms down, turn the palms up. And then squeezing the elbows back in together and back to the start. Relaxing those arms down by your sides. We'll just stretch through the side body. So we'll take a breath in with your left arm reaching up to the ceiling. And then just lock your shoulder joint down into the socket. And then exhale, leaning over. If you feel tension in your neck, just take your gaze over your right shoulder. And just take a couple of nice breaths down into your side body here. And inhale, really reach up, try and touch the ceiling. And exhale, lower down. Other side with that right arm now. Inhale, really reach up to the ceiling. Bring the shoulder down into the socket. And then exhaling over. Opening up through that side body. And taking your gaze over your left shoulder if you feel that tension in your neck. Breathing into that side body. Then inhale, reaching up. And exhale, lowering down. Come back to that initial position we started in, grounding through the feet and finding that length through your spine. We're going to come into some one leg balance. So instead of transferring our weight forward and backwards this time, we're going to transfer our weight side to side. And just feeling the difference when you transfer your weight on your left foot to your right foot. And then we'll ground down through your left foot to begin with. So rooting down through all 4 corners of the foot. And just let the right heels go light. Push your left hip out. And then squeeze it, grow tall out of it. So you should feel your left bottom muscle engaging here. Now this might be enough for you keeping the foot down. If so, that is absolutely fine. We want to focus on that glute, that bottom muscle activating here. Otherwise, on your next breath out, just see if you can hover that right leg off the ground. Breathing into the belly. Then either if your foot's up in the air or if it's down on the mat, just slowly finding that left leg. Make sure you're not pressing onto the knee joint. You're either below or above the knee joint. Then bringing your right hand to your knee. Taking a breath in, we're going to open up that knee. So we're opening up through the hip, keeping those hips facing forwards and growing tall out of that left hip. Then exhale, we close. Inhale, we open up through the hip. Growing tall out of that left glute, good. And inhale, we close. Exhale, we open. You should really feel that left glute burning now. Exhale, we close. We've got one more. Exhale, we open, and we'll hold it there. See how wide you can get that hip. Keep those hips facing forwards and breathe down into the belly. Well done. Inhale, we slowly close the hip and lowering that foot back down all the way onto the mat. Well done. Give that left leg a good shake and then come back into that standing posture, growing tall through the spine. Come back to transferring your weight left to right and just noticing the difference again now as you transfer left to right. Then grounding down through your right foot here. Let your left heel go light. Pushing your right hip out and then squeeze, grow tall out of that right hip. So you're really feeling that stability through that glute, through that bottom muscle. Now this might be enough for you here. You need to make sure that you're engaging through that glute muscle. Otherwise, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, if this feels comfortable, we're going to exhale, lift the left leg off. Now really growing tall out of that right hip, not allowing that right hip to pop out like how we did at the beginning. We really grow tall out of it. Breathing down into your belly here. Now again, whether your foot's on the floor or your foot's in the air, just slowly finding the right leg. Make sure it's above or below the knee, not on the knee joint. Then taking the left hand to the left knee, we'll take a breath in, open up through the hip. And then exhale to close. Inhale, we'll open. And exhale to close. Growing tall out of that right hip. You should really feel that right bottom muscle working. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, and we hold. Inhale, open it up, hold it there. How wide can you get that left hip, but keeping those hips facing forwards? Breathe. And exhale, slowly close and placing that leg back down onto the mat. Give those legs a really good shake. And we're going to step to the back of your mat here. So grounding down through the feet, growing nice and tall. Really find that length through your spine. Taking a nice breath into your belly. And then we'll exhale, slowly tuck your chin to your chest and peeling down bone by bone. Let your arms really relax, let your head relax. Let yourself go forwards, but controlling with those abdominals. When you get to the bottom, we'll take a breath in, placing your hands onto your thighs. And we're going to lift up halfway, lengthening through the spine. So you're going to push your chest down towards the ground, drawing your rib cage in. Your shoulder blades glide back and down. And imagine someone's pulling you by the top of your head and the tip of your tailbone. So you're really lengthening that spine. Then exhale, let yourself fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through the tailbone. Restack the spine, pressing through all four corners of the feet as you curl all the way back up into that standing position, seeing if you can grow just a little bit taller here. Deep breath into your belly. Exhale, tuck the chin to your chest. Peeling down bone by bone. Stay strong through the legs, but let the arms and the head relax. Let yourself go at the bottom, Bend your knees if you need. It doesn't matter how far down you go. Inhale, lifting halfway, just gently placing hands onto your thighs and lifting up. Really find that length. Really imagine someone pulling you by tip of your tailbone and top of your head. Draw the rib cage in. And exhale, folding all the way forwards. Let yourself go. Inhale, lengthen through the tailbone. Restack the spine, bone by bone. Roll those shoulder blades back and down and really find that length through your spine. Breath into your belly and exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Last one, we peel all the way down as far as is comfortable. Moving down bone by bone, bending the knees a little if you need. When we inhale, hands to your thighs and lift halfway. Really find that length. Can you bring your spine a little bit longer this time, keeping the ribs drawn in and the shoulders back? And exhale, bend the knees, let yourself fall forward. And this time, we'll make our way down onto all fours on the mat. Bring your hands a little bit forwards of the shoulders and the knees just underneath the hips. Find that length through the spine again. So imagine someone's pulling you by the tip of the tailbone and the top of your head, drawing the rib cage in, pressing away from the ground through your shoulders. Then we'll exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone underneath. Press through all 10 fingertips here. Imagine there's a flame burning underneath your tummy. You're going to draw away from that flame. Then inhale, bring your chest down towards the ground. Shoulder blades come back and down and take your gaze forwards. Now try not to dip too much into the lower back here. We're just more pressing down with the upper back. So push the chest down to the ground. Then exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Press away through those fingertips, opening up the spine. Then inhale, pressing that chest down towards the ground, thinking about those profiteroles, squeezing them in your armpits. You're going to squeeze all the cream out of those profiteroles, taking that gaze forwards. Exhale one more time, chin to your chest, tuck the tailbone underneath. And inhale, push the chest down, squeeze those profiteroles, really squeezing those armpits and opening up through the chest. And we're going to exhale, find that neutral spine again, so we're really nice and long through the spine. Someone's pulling you by the tip of the tailbone and top of the head. Now if your wrists do get sore, you can also come down onto your forearms. That is an option, okay? So make sure you do take that if your wrists are feeling a bit sensitive. So really finding that length through the spine, pressing away from the ground. I'm going to take a breath into your belly. Then we'll exhale, slide your right leg out along the mat. Now keep your foot on the mat at the moment. Good, then we'll exhale. If you've got that stability, if it feels good for you, see if you can lift that right leg off the ground. Then inhale, bring the foot back onto the mat and slide the leg back in. Breath in, breath out. Slide the left leg this time out along the mat. Keep contact with the mat, get that stability. Then when you're ready, exhale, lifting that leg off the mat without allowing that lower back to arch. Inhale, drawing the leg back in. Now you can either stay here with legs only. If you're on your forearms, you will have to stay with legs only. Otherwise, we'll add in the arms as well. So we'll take that breath into your belly. Then we'll exhale, slide that right leg out again, keeping contact with the mat. Then we'll exhale, reach left arm if you are going for the arms. Now really reach, lengthen with the fingertips all the way from the fingertips to the toes. Breath in, then exhale, hover right leg off the mat. Find that length through your spine. Breathe here. Then exhale, come all the way back down. Good, changing sides. So exhale, left leg out. Keep the foot in contact with the mat. Breath in. If you're going for arms, we're going to exhale, reach with your right arm this time. Really find that length, tip of your toes to tip of your fingertips. Then exhale, lift the left leg off. Really lengthen through that spine. Breathe here. Then exhale, bringing the legs all the way back in. We'll do one more on each side. Exhale, right leg out. Find that stability. Reach with your left arm, strong through the shoulders. Exhale, lift that leg off. Find that length through your spine and breathe here. And exhale, bringing the legs all the way back in. Breath into the belly. Breath out, left leg. Exhale, reach with the right arm. Breath in. And exhale, lift the leg off. Breath in. And exhale, coming all the way back down onto the mat. And then we'll slowly come back down into a child's pose. So in that child's pose, you can either have your knees together or your knees apart. So your knees apart will get more into your hips, and your knees together will get more into your lower back. So pick whichever option is good for you. You might find you're more comfortable with your arms by your sides or your arms out in front, or you may need a block or a pillow or just your hands for support underneath your head. But just make sure you feel comfortable. You can also put a pillow underneath your bottom if you need. And just taking a couple of breaths here. Breathing into the belly and breathing out. Just finding a bit of length through the spine. And slowly, on your next breath out, we're going to peel all the way up into a kneeling position. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Find that length through your spine. Slightly heavy with the tailbone and just gently lifting pubic bone up towards belly button. Going to take a breath in with your left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Bring that shoulder into the socket and exhale, gliding over. Inhale, reaching straight the way back up, and exhale down. Inhale, right arm reaches up, shoulder into the socket, and then exhale, reaching over. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, lower the arm down. Then we'll inhale, reach both arms forwards. Draw the rib cage in and really make sure you're keeping that length through the tailbone and pubic bone slightly lifted, so we're not allowing the lower back to arch here. Take a breath into your belly. Then we'll exhale, just slowly leaning back, keeping that spine nice and long. Breath in and breath out, we'll come back, return. So we don't want to see the lower back arching here. Find that length through your spine, breath into your belly. Breath out, leaning back. Breath in, breath out, coming back. If you feel any back pain here, just keep it a little bit smaller and make sure you're finding that length through the tailbone. Breath into your belly. Breath out, leaning back. Breath in and breath out. Now you can either stay at this level with just one breath in as you lean back. Otherwise we can progress and do a little bit longer holds as we lean back. So find that length through the tailbone, take that breath into your belly. Then we'll exhale, slowly lean back. Breath in, we're going to bring right arm open up. Exhale, close. Keep that length through the tailbone. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, close. Breath in and exhale, coming back. You should really feel that working through those thighs. Good, breath into the belly. We've got one more. Exhale, lean back. Find that length through the spine. Inhale, right arm, open up. Exhale, close. Inhale, left arm. And exhale to close. Take that breath in, then exhale, returning all the way back up, lowering those arms all the way back down. And then we'll slowly just tuck your chin to your chest and peel down through the spine, rolling down bone by bone, reaching down towards the mat to slowly make your way down into a lying position. Taking a small cushion underneath your head if you need it, so make sure that your head is not like this or like this, that you find a nice length at the back of the neck. Grounding through the feet and finding that neutral spine, so you should just have a tiny little ray of light underneath your lower back and soften down through the rib cage. Widen across the shoulders and draw the fingertips down. We'll inhale, float the arms out in front of you. Then exhale, slowly drop the arms overhead, keeping the ribs nice and soft. So we're not allowing the ribs to pop up here, we're keeping them down. Then we inhale, circle the arms round and back to the start. Exhale over. Inhale, circle round and back to the start. Exhale over. And inhale, circle round, back to the start. Now you can stay here with just the arms, or we add in the legs. So if you want to add in the legs, we exhale, arms go overhead and left leg slides straight along the mat. Now make sure lower back doesn't arch or ribs flare up. Then we inhale, circle everything back together. So you should feel that stabilizing through that core. Exhale, slide right leg, arms overhead. Inhale, circling all the way back to the start. Exhale, slide. Inhale, circling back to the start. Exhale, slide. Keep that control, so don't let those ribs pop up, keeping that length through the tailbone. And inhale, coming all the way back up to the start. Then we'll take a breath in and just bring your arms out to the side. Bring your feet together and your knees together. Take a nice breath into your belly. And then exhale, you're going to slowly drop your knees down to your left hand side and take your gaze over your right shoulder. Then take a breath in. And exhale, flattening your back against the mat to bring your knees slowly back through to the center. So you're controlling with your core here. Breath into your belly. Breath out, slow and controlled. Let those knees come down towards the other side and the gaze comes over your left shoulder. Breath into your belly. Breath out, slowly draw the knees back through to the center. Then floating those arms back down by your sides, bringing your feet back to hip width apart. Root down through the feet and find the length through your spine. Then we'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, just slowly dropping your left knee out to the side. Then inhale, bringing it back through to the center. Exhale, right knee out to the side, keeping your left knee and pelvis nice and stable here. And inhale, drawing it back through to the center. So you can either stay at this level, keeping that nice control through the pelvis and making sure the opposite knee is staying nice and stable as you move. Or we can move up to level 2, so always listening to your body. So in level 2, we will exhale, bring the left leg up into tabletop, so 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee. And then we'll exhale, imagine you're dropping that leg over a big gym ball here. Then inhale, drawing it back up, floating it back down. Exhale, coming up into tabletop, the other side. Exhale out. Inhale, draw it back in. If you try level 2 and it feels too challenging for you, just come back down to level 1. Moving all the time with your breath and making sure you're controlling with the core. Now, if you want to challenge yourself again, we can go on up to level 3, but make sure that feels comfortable for you. So if you're going to go up into level 3, that means double tabletop. So if you know that's not suitable, just stay at level 1 or 2. So we'll exhale, float left leg up into tabletop, engage the core a little bit more as you float the right leg up into double tabletop. Breath into your belly, then exhale, left leg's floating over that big gym ball. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, draw it back. We'll just do one more each side, whichever level you're at. Last one. Then exhale, floating left leg back down onto the mat and right leg back down onto the mat. Just giving those knees a nice hug into your chest. Breathing down into your belly. Then slowly bring one leg down and then let the other one join. Bringing your feet as wide as the mat. Take a nice breath into your belly. And exhale, slowly dropping your knees down to one side, letting your hips go. And just closing down your eyes for a moment. And just feeling your breath coming into your body, almost down into your hips. And just see if you can let yourself go a little bit. Breathing in a cool, calming air. Breathing out and letting go. Slowly, on your next breath out, just bringing your knees back through to the center. Take a breath in, and then slowly exhale, dropping the knees down the other side, closing those eyes, and just letting the hips open up. Letting yourself go. And just watching your breath floating in and floating out. And on your next breath out, just slowly bringing your knees back through to the center. Feel free to stay here as long as you need, just watching the breath floating in and floating out. Thank you for joining us today.